First, Joker 2 teaser confirms Lady Gaga's role. Joker was an improbable blockbuster, a Batman movie without Batman in it, an R-rated superhero film without a superhero, unless you count the deranged man dressed like a clown, and a grim character study of Batman's most notorious archenemy with very little action or comic book tomfoolery. Despite all of that, the movie went on to gross over $1 billion and won several Oscars, including one for its star Joaquin Phoenix. That's a tough act to follow, although the film did leave a little room for a sequel, which is now definitely happening. Titled Joker, Folie à Deux, the film will reunite Phoenix with the first movie's co-writer and director, Todd Phillips. Rumors a few months ago had Lady Gaga joining the cast, potentially as Harley Quinn in what would apparently be a full-blown movie musical. Gaga herself confirmed at least part of that news, tweeting out the very first teaser for the movie. In showing the cartoon outline of Phoenix's Joker with a cartoon of Gaga dancing together to the sound of Irving Berlin's Cheek to Cheek, it seemingly also validates the rest of the rumors. Who else would Joker be dancing with other than Harley? And if they're dancing in the trailer, that would strongly suggest there will be some dancing, and maybe some singing. In the actual film itself, the film's subtitle is a reference to a medical condition where an identical or similar mental disorder that affects two or more individuals, usually members of the same family. If the Joker is involved, the only character canonically he'd share a mental disorder with would be Harley Quinn. There has also been some chatter that Willem Dafoe may be joining the sequel as well, possibly in the role of a Joker copycat. Joker, Folie à Deux is scheduled to open in theaters on October 4, 2024. Hocus Pocus 2, the Sanderson sisters cast a spell on the cover of D23 magazine. The spellbinding sisters are back. Gracing the cover of this month's D23 magazine are the Sanderson sisters, Mary, Kathy Najimy, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Winifred, Bette Midler, appear to celebrate the release of the upcoming Hocus Pocus 2. The first of two covers sees the witchy trio looking at the moon. They're back towards the camera while the air ruffles their signature cloaks as the caption declares, "We're back, witches." The other one gives us a better look at their costumes face on, and it looks like they're in the midst of a musical performance. While it's taught to imagine anything surpassing the iconic, "I put a spell on you" number, it seems like no time has passed for the three witches. Hocus Pocus 2 is a sequel to the much-loved 1993 movie and is directed by Anne Fletcher with a script from Jen D'Angelo. The movie will feature the return of the Sanderson sisters as three young women accidentally bring them to today's Salem. Now the three girls must figure out a way to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. Fans of the original movie have spent decades waiting for the sequel, and finally, their wishes will come true when the movie debuts on Disney Plus in September. Speaking to the D23 magazine about her experience back on set, Midler revealed, "Kathy, especially, acted as the keeper of the black flame candle, forgive my pun." She added, "She was adamant about what the fans would and wouldn't accept, and we sort of followed her lead." While the original movie garnered mixed reviews at the time of its release, its annual airing on television during the Halloween season over the years made it a cult classic. The movie saw the three sisters resurrected after 300 years as a young boy, Max, Omri Katz, accidentally lights up the cursed candle of black flame and must rescue his sister Dani, Thora Birch, with the help of his crush Allison, Vanessa Shaw, and a black cat named Thackeray Binks. Along with Midler, Parker, and Najimy reprising their roles, Hocus Pocus 2 also stars Whitney Peake as Becca, Lilia Buckingham as Cassie Trask, Belisa Escobedo as Izzy, and Hannah Waddingham as the witch, among others. Hocus Pocus 2 premieres on Disney Plus on September 30th. Zoey Deutch remembers every bad at Vampire Academy because she's a Scorpio. Before there was Peacock's upcoming Vampire Academy series, Rochelle Mead's beloved young adult vampire series was adapted into a movie that was met with decidedly mixed reactions and a lackluster box office. During an episode of Collider Ladies Night, Collider's own Perry Nemiroff chatted with Not Okay star Zoey Deutch about the vampire drama, the critical reaction to it, and how grateful she was that the response to the film didn't hurt her career. For those who may not be fully aware of the Vampire Academy series or the 2014 film adaptation, Deutch starred as Rose Hathaway, a damper guardian in training tasked with protecting her Moroi best friend Lissa Dragomir, Lucy Fry. Due to a series of really bad situations, they get thrown into a world of chaos that leads to them meeting Dmitry Balaikov, Danila Kozlovsky, Rose's eventual love interest and mentor, and Christian Ozira, Dominic Sherwood, a Moroi outcast that eventually woos Lissa. The film largely covered the events of the first novel in Mead's series, and was slated to have a sequel that would have covered the events of Frostbite. However, despite the studio's attempts to crowdfund for the sequel, Vampire Academy's critical reception caused plans to be cancelled. Nemirov questioned Deutch about how actors mitigate their disappointment when the box office numbers aren't exactly where anyone wants them to be. Especially seeing as how box office numbers aren't anything that an actor can control, especially when Deutch gave such a great performance in the film. Deutch revealed that it wasn't box office numbers that stuck with her, but rather reviews. "I am a double Scorpio. I remember every journalist, everything they say, and they don't know that. And when I see them I know every single thing that anyone has ever said," she revealed. "I keep it in my head and I lock it away, and that's that." Deutch also shared that when Vampire Academy premiered, the box office numbers did initially worry her. "I was definitely scared. I'm sure I was really scared. I think I'm grateful that it didn't totally deter me from getting other work. One poorly received film definitely hasn't affected her career." Since Vampire Academy premiered, Deutch has starred in hits like Good Kids with Nicholas Braun, Set It Up with Glenn Powell, and most recently she has starred opposite Dylan O'Brien in both The Outfit and Not Okay. She also appeared as Madison in the cult classic zombie flick Zombieland, Double Tap, which she's previously said she'd love to do more of. Sticking with the theme of Not Okay, Deutch went on to talk about the toll that negative reviews has on an actor, saying, "I don't know how you let it not mess with you. It definitely feels like the ultimate form of rejection and public shaming. But you just keep going. You keep going on and there's always more failure to have." Insidious 5 casts Peter Dager, Sinclair Daniel, and Hiam Abbass as sequel enters production. When we think of the best that modern horror has to offer, James Wan's Insidious always creeps into our minds. Over a decade later, Insidious 5 is set to give genre fans nightmares once again next July, and we now have some significant casting news on the highly anticipated project. Deadline reports that the film is about to start production, with Peter Dager, Sinclair Daniel, and Hiam Abbass having joined the fifth installment in unknown roles. They join returning franchise legacy cast members Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, and Ty Simpkins. While we knew that the story would center around Simpkins' Dalton going to college since the film was announced. Who those demons are remains unknown at this time, but we may be seeing classic characters like the Bride in Black, the Woman in White, and the man with the fire in his face make a devilish comeback. These were all iconic demons that played a major role in the first two Insidious films and the Lamberts' tragic life. College and horror also go wonderfully together like peanut butter and jelly. That killer combination with the backdrop of the franchise's pre-established lore and artful style gives this sequel a leg up on its previous installments. While Dager, Daniel, and Abbass are relatively unknown to genial audiences, Daniel has appeared in popular shows like The Good Fight and Bull, while Abbass has had an over 3-decade film career. She has appeared in films like Blade Runner 2049, Steven Spielberg's Munich, and hit shows like Succession, and will next be seen in the Hellraiser reboot later this year. It's definitely going to be exciting to see what they all bring to this franchise. But arguably the most intriguing thing this sequel has going for it is the fact that Wilson is directing. After years of being genre royalty in the Conjuring franchise, Insidious, and the underrated Netflix gem In the Tall Grass, the beloved genre actor is making his directorial debut. That has piqued a lot of horror fans' interest, and it could be exactly what this franchise needs to get back on top of the genre totem pole. The franchise has been a mega hit for Sony and Blumhouse, grossing over $550 million worldwide combined. With a story from series co-creator Lee Hwanel and Scott Teems, who also wrote the screenplay, Insidious 5 has all the pieces to be another hit for the franchise. Insidious 5 is scaring its way to theaters on July 7, 2023.